Hello and welcome to the 10th and final part of this FM21 mini-series Saving Spurs with me, Daniel. We're back for the final episode of the series and it is an FA Cup final we get to enjoy. A brilliant episode yesterday as we got a fantastic win in the semis. But now we face Pep Guardiola's Manchester City and we know it's virtually an impossible task. Interestingly, and I just want to point this out looking at the championship table, Blackburn came back and stole second spot. Brentford and West Ham been fighting for it all season. Blackburn came and stole it. West Ham out in the playoff semi-finals, as are Watford. So that is a very disappointing season for the Hammers. And if we had a bit longer to go in FM21, we could maybe have done saving the Hammers after, but not to be. If you're looking forward to the FA Cup final, seeing how we get on and whether we can finish in style, please do chuck a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM21 content. We're into our final season with Bangor City, and we've got plenty of work still to do in that Builder Nation. And of course, FM22 plans coming next weekend, as well as a few other special bits, so please do stick along for that. But a massive thank you for your support as always. I hope you're looking forward to the Cup final. But before we go and get into it, let me very quickly show you what's been happening in a few games off camera. So you were obviously with me for the Chelsea game. A ridiculous win with Pierre-Emile Højbjerg scoring a late screamer. We backed it up with a 4-0 win against Ipswich. Harry Kane with a first half quadruple. Second half, a red card basically killed the game. A 1-0 win at Sheffield Wednesday. Son Heung-min getting a goal there. And then at home to Watford on the final day, a 2-1 victory. But it was a late comeback. Reguilon and Lo Celso with goals in the last 10. We then played our sort of warm-up friendly to keep us ticking over during the 3 weeks. 9-4. It finished against Tottenham's under-18s. One of the youngsters got 4 goals. Not a very good one either. But Højbjerg 2, Kane 2, 3 for Dele Alli and 1 each for Son and Bergwijn. But the latter, unfortunately, now out with a hernia injury. So we're missing him. We're missing Lucas Moura, who you'll remember got sent off early in that semi-final. So we've had to take a bit of a gamble with our selection today. We'll have a look at that in a second. We will probably have an end of season review tomorrow, but this is all that really matters. Let's go and have a look at Manchester City because they're the heavy favourites. They finished third in the Premier League. They won it the season before when Tottenham got relegated. Kevin De Bruyne is still there. All the other superstars are too. They did end up 6 points behind United at the top of the Premier League table. So not the best season in the world for them. They also went out in the Champions League last 16. They went out to us in the League Cup, albeit with basically a youth team in defence. And they have had a stuttering finish to the Premier League season. So it's not an entirely impossible task, but it's not a million miles away. In terms of fitness, they've basically got everyone back. Valverde, one of the big signings since the start of the save, unavailable. But they can choose from plenty of others. Tagliafico at left back being a superstar. We've mentioned him before. Teo Hernandez is the other option out there. They've also signed Memphis Depay, who's of course an absolute world beater. So they've got so many options. They are missing Ilkay Gundogan as well, but he'd basically fallen out of favour anyway. So it'll be very interesting to see if we can compete, if we can keep them at bay, if we can somehow find a way to win. I've just noticed Rafael Leao from AC Milan on the bench as well. So plenty of options. I think it's fair to say that. Let's go and have a look at our lineup for today. This is the team that is expected of Manchester City. Not a bad one, is it? Foden and De Bruyne in the middle. Silva and Sterling behind Jesus. It should be a Manchester City win. But for the first time in about 6 months, we've got everyone fit. We've got everyone with a light match load. We've got everyone looked after. So because of the suspension to Lucas and the injury to Bergwijn, we've had to take the decision to switch Son to the right, put Ali out on the left and bring Lo Celso in the middle. But he was brilliant against Watford on the final day of the league season. So I'm hoping he carries that form in. No sub-keeper because Simon Sluga has picked up an injury. But it means we've still got what is essentially 10 of our first 11 starting today. It's Gianluigi Donnarumma between the sticks, Doherty and Reguilon at fullback with Sanchez and Dyer at centre-half, Højbjerg and Ndombele in the middle, Son, Ali and Lo Celso the attacking midfield 3, and then Harry Kane up front, 44 goals in all competitions this season, 4 goals against Ipswich in a third from final league game, 2 games in the friendly last week, and a hat-trick in an FA Cup quarter-final. There's plenty of work to be done. It's going to be one hell of a tough test. But Manchester City in the FA Cup final gives us a final chance to succeed in this series. We didn't just want to take Tottenham up, we wanted to get them back in Europe. And that meant winning a domestic cup. We're 1 game away. Let's head to Wembley. Well, it doesn't happen often, and it hasn't happened here. The predicted Manchester City lineup is not the same. They've rested Ederson, so Zach Steffen's in between the sticks, the cup keeper. They've also played a slightly injured Valverde. He's in that holding role today. They've got 37-year-old Fernandinho on the bench. Aside from that, the other 6 would walk into our team. John Stones would be our best centre-half. Ferran Torres would be one of our better wingers. Certainly would play on the right today. And Memphis Depay, probably in better form than Son Heung-min, despite being on the bench. So let's go and get through our team talk. We're going to ask them to win the trophy for the fans. But if we're being honest, this is going to be one hell of a task. We're going to drop to a balanced mentality as we did against Chelsea. Going to sit a little deeper behind the ball. And we're going to see if we can counter them with style. Hopefully it'll be a good performance for us. And Manchester City will have a big off date when it matters most. Well, a silent 20 minutes, not the start we were expecting. Donnarumma plays out to Eric Dyer at centre-half and he finds Doherty into Højbjerg, finds Son on the right wing. Hasn't played brilliantly off the left this year, but has got all the attributes to be a star winger here. It works its way down the right to Lo Celso, into the box. First cross is blocked. Laporte then brings him down. I wonder if VAR will give this. It wasn't outside the box for me, so I don't think there's any doubt of it being a free kick. It is a penalty. They're often given in FM. It's not the most unpredictable thing. Now, Harry Kane, it says it's a dubious decision, but 20 penalty taking attribute means nothing in this Football Manager and has meant nothing today. Oh my word, why are penalties so poor in this game? An awful penalty, telegraph for the keeper. And Harry Kane, I'm afraid, it does not matter that his attribute is 20. He has missed a hatful this season. I think that's 4 he's missed now. It really is a bit of a worry as Foden gets the ball down the right. Good block from the cross. Højbjerg can bring it away. You wonder if that sort of moment can drain the confidence. But if we can go up the other end and score straight away afterwards, maybe it will be the one that can save the game. As Ndombele plays it into Højbjerg in a centre circle. I've just realised I've forgotten the lucky duck tie as well, so it's probably all over now as Lo Celso gets it right side to Son. Been a brilliant start from Spurs in towards Harry Kane. He's made up for it within a minute. 45th of the season. Son has looked 10 times the player he has most of this season, just over on the right as a winger. Tactically, we seem to have got it right. And with 25 minutes gone, we lead Manchester City. Harry Kane deservedly gives us the lead. If he'd scored the penalty, it could have been even better. And we are back now with 5 minutes to half-time. So far, we've managed this game well, but we know how good this City side is. It only takes a minute. Defensively, we're frail. De Bruyne finds Foden. It's a lovely curling effort. But you probably'd argue it's better to try and find the through ball there because we haven't got a defence that can turn and run towards its own goal. Foden shoots, he puts it wide, the half-time whistle goes. We're halfway to doing it. This would be a ridiculous achievement. We've watched every FA Cup game, I think, bar the first one here on camera. And we're about to complete history. Because if we can win the Championship, get back up at the first attempt, and give Spurs European football when we go back up. And don't forget, by winning the FA Cup rather than the League Cup, as De Bruyne gets it from Donnarumma, awful goalkeeping. Depay was on, but his shot was blocked. And the Italian number 1 gets away with one. But what I was going to say is, if we win the FA Cup rather than the League Cup, which we obviously lost out in, we're going to the Europa League instead of the Europa Conference. It's a big difference for Spurs, financially and reputation-wise. There's 20 minutes to go here. I'm going to make some changes. Firstly, I'm going to take off Dele Alli. He's had a poor game. He's on a yellow card. I'm going to bring on Sessegnon. I'm going to go to 2 classic wingers on support. So if we need to drop them back and time waste later on, we can do. Right back, Doherty's on a yellow as well. Sterling has given him a torrid day. I'm going to bring Tanganga on. We're going to do it. And then Ndombele, poor second half of the season. Harry Winks on for him. Another one of the homegrown ones at Tottenham. And fingers crossed he can make an impact. As Walker throws in from the right to De Bruyne. Are we going to regret making the changes too soon? Walker gets it again. Into the box towards Depay. He misses it, but it falls straight for Jens Hogg. And to be honest, the marking from Tanganga at the back stick was, let's be kind, it was non-existent. It's 1-1. And just like that, unfortunately, City are back on terms. They bring Memphis Depay off the bench. And with respect, we're bringing on youngsters. As De Bruyne puts the ball in, Sanchez heads clear. Now can we counter? Harry Kane picks it up on the left. He's got a runner inside, but we haven't got that electric pace. Kane goes alone, no, gets into the box. Oh, just wide of the far post. Tried to drill it. But to be fair, showed a lot of body strength there, carried the ball well. Just wasn't able to get the finish. And if he had, it probably would have been the winner. So it looks like we might be going to extra time. 5 minutes added on here at Wembley Stadium. It's a City corner. It's not over yet. De Bruyne in. Valverde loses out to Dyer. He's been really good today, actually, at the back. Hawk gets it on the left, the goal scorer. Well stolen, but he still gets the cross in. Where on earth's the defence gone? Ferran Torres puts it in. The offside flag has now gone up. All I can say for our defence is it better be. Because it was such poor defending. We didn't track runners. And thankfully, we've got away with it. 1-1 it remains into stoppage time. Are we going to have an extra 30? Yes, we are, is the simple answer. 5 minutes of stoppage time can't separate the teams. Do we get a fourth sub now? We must do. And if so, who are we going to bring on? Son's knackered, but can't be taking him off. I think we'll do Højbjerg for Bakayoko. Just try and get fresh legs in the middle. I know Højbjerg scored that big semi-final goal, but that's a one-a-season one. It's not going to be happening again. As early doors and extra time. Lo Celso with a free kick. Absolutely awful. Straight at the keeper. 10 yards too high and too hard for anyone else to get on the end of. The long kick forward finds Ferran Torres. Reguilón's disappeared. He does get back now, but not quickly enough. Stones into Foden. He gets it on the edge of the box. Lovely turn. Just over the bar with a left-footed shot. Hit with power. It would have beaten Donnarumma. But fortunately for us, it doesn't hit the target. Can we get one more chance to nick this game? Been pretty even. City maybe just on top. We've actually kept the ball quite well, which has helped us here. We get to half-time in extra time. I'd like to take Lo Celso off, but I've got no more subs. So let's just see if we survive the last 15. I've got to be honest though, before the game, I didn't expect to put up this much of a fight. As John Stones on at right back brings the ball forward. Can we rob him of possession? We can't. I think the big regret is not trusting Doherty on the yellow because Tanganga has been really poor. De Bruyne has lost out to Bakayoko. Somehow comes out with the ball. Tanganga's been done again. Gets back and makes the challenge that time. Oh, tactically I've made an error there. And it's going to cost us the FA Cup, I think. If Doherty hadn't been booked, I wouldn't have done it. As Sanchez heads the ball away from the corner. Kane on the left again. We're threatening from here. This time we've got 3 countering. Lo Celso gets it from Kane. Got a man over on the right in Son. He's one-on-one in the box. Does he take it too wide? He does. Tagliafico on a yellow slides in. But it's inch perfect, that tackle. Absolutely brilliant. 10 minutes to go. Don't go to penalties. Kane missing one as well in the game. Surely he can't then miss one in a shootout. We've got a corner kick first. Son delivers. Straight at the keeper. Why are you ignoring my set-piece instructions? Back post corner. Best header from free kicks. And all they're doing is putting them on the keeper's head. As Winks gets it wide to Reguilón. We are finishing a stronger here. Lo Celso in. Sessegnon just overhit. Couldn't quite get there in time. He's electric quick. But he's not reaching that one. Remains 1-1. Long ball forward. Ferran Torres up. Sanchez wins the header, but it's only to John Stones. Finds himself in the right wing position. Cuts it inside to Depay. He's got time. Finds De Bruyne. We don't want him to have the ball there. Valverde through. Oh, just wide. Sanchez had been done by the Depay blindside run, but he puts his shot just wide of the post. We survive extra time. It is penalty kicks that will decide the FA Cup final. And ironically, it's because Harry Kane missed the penalty kick. Attributes mean nothing here, so let's go for the attitude. The 3 at the top are calm. I know one of them's missed one, but we've got to go for it. Harry Winks will go up 4th. Reguilón will be up 5th. I know that's a risk already. Bakayoko will go in 6th. So that's where we are at the moment. We're into penalty kicks. Eric Dyer will be 8th, the England hero against Colombia. And the rest of it we'll just judge as we go along. Let's see if we can win the lottery. Penalty kicks. Tottenham will go first. Harry Kane will step up. Missed one in open play. Oh, it's in off the post. I'm not sure that deserved to go in off the woodwork. The attributes mean nothing here. It does not matter that he's a brilliant penalty taker. De Bruyne up for City. Keeper can't get to it. Wasn't the best pen. It was fairly central. Unfortunately, Donnarumma doesn't get there in time. Son Heung-min, poor season. Good game today. He's out on his feet, but he puts that in the top corner. Excellent from the South Korean. I almost said it's on serve there, but it's going with the flow at the moment. Hogg scored the equaliser for City. Can he score the penalty? Sends Donnarumma the wrong way. 2 apiece, perfect so far. And now Giovanni Lo Celso will step up. He hasn't started a huge amount of football this year since Ali's been fit. But that penalty was faultless. Hit with power, into the bottom corner. And he puts the pressure on Phil Foden. 3-2 Spurs. This is a massive moment for Donnarumma. Oh, he's forced it wide. I think he'd have saved it anyway. He went the right way. He got down quickly. Phil Foden puts it wide, the Englishman. Now Harry Winks. One of Tottenham's own steps up. He's put it in the bottom corner. We are 1 away. if City miss or if we score, this penalty shootout is won. Who steps up for City? And who is going to be up against Donnarumma? It is Memphis Depay. Gianluigi Donnarumma could be about to be a hero. We talked about how unrealistic it was, how stupid it was we managed to get him. But he's got the chance to create history. He doesn't. Memphis Depay sends him the wrong way. Brilliant spot kick. And now we're reliant on the fifth man to score. And it's Sergio Reguilon, who I would argue has been the second biggest disappointment of the season after Son. We need him now. If he slides this in the bottom corner, won't matter how he's played this year, because Tottenham will be in Europe as well as back in the Premier League. Reguilon into the bottom corner. We complete the objective. For the first 6.5 episodes, nobody thought we were succeeding in this challenge. I certainly didn't. We went out disappointingly and pretty poorly, really, to Manchester United in a semi-final of the League Cup. But we win the Championship, and now we win the FA Cup. Tottenham Hotspur will be in the Europa League next year. And in this series, we have succeeded. Let's go and have a look at the season review. But that makes the 6 episodes of pain and strops at the start of the season worthwhile. We'll be back in a minute to round things off. We're back to finish with a season review. We knew there was going to be one trophy here unless there was a miracle. The fact there's a second one here is exactly what we wanted. And I am going to carry this on off camera now for a season because I want to see how far I can take them in the Premier League and in Europe. And surely European football keeps the stars about as well. Well done to all the players that came in. Harvey Elliott played his role. Donnarumma sensational. Sluga a brilliant deputy. And to be fair, he's now become the star signing of the season, which I don't quite understand. Surely it would have been Donnarumma on a free. I mean, come on, wake up. Bakayoko, really solid as well. Can't fault his performances and will be a big player in the Europa League next season. Of course, we did sell a few of the big ones. Let's see how they got on. Serge Aurier, brilliant in China. We would expect that. Pizarro went to Shakhtar, had a very good year. Sissoko, very good for Porto. Assists galore for him. He's not the best passer of the ball either, so that seems a little bit strange. Alderweireld had an okay year for Espanyol. Didn't play a huge amount of football. Gazaniga did well in the MLS. Danny Rose, okay for Salzburg. Eric Lamela, okay for Zenit. Joe Hart, very good for Milan. Hugo Lloris, good for Bournemouth. And I think that's it of the first teamers, isn't it? So there we go. Let's go and have a look at our season results. First in the Championship, still over 47,000. Brilliant average attendance, really. The FA Cup, what a run. I mean, we played 4 Premier League sides in a row. The Everton game, I honestly feel that game in episode 7, along with the second half of Brentford when we were 3-0 down, that was the turning point this season. The best performance by a long way. And we thoroughly deserved it in the end. We were brilliant against Chelsea. We were fabulous against City today. And it's a fitting end to what has been a very difficult and topsy-turvy season. Maybe we'll gain the respect of the players too. We won't dwell on that. We had a pretty easy run in the League Cup, bar the City game, but they did play their kids. And then against United, we just got overpowered. We go and have a look at the moments to remember. The match to remember, fair enough. The 4-1 win at West Ham away from home. 6-1 win at Wigan was the biggest win. The side we of course managed in the first year of this series in the beta. We were watching from afar as Spurs got miraculously relegated from the Premier League. But now we managed to inflict one on our former club, technically. Goal of the season, Højbjerg's winner against Reading. That is not better than the goal he scored in the FA Cup semi-final. I refuse to take that. Finance is something you guys have asked about a lot. I guess because Spurs were a big club playing in Europe every year, they still had similar sponsorship in. The broadcast revenue obviously took a massive hint. We were on TV loads, which helped, and we got to the FA Cup final and a long way in the League Cup. But losing out on 50 million is a big loss. So hopefully next season that will pop back for them. How did we line up? Let's see the best 11 that's been picked. It is the same 11 we picked, bar Dele Alli, who I think was our player of the season. So how on earth is he not in the 11? And also Ndombele, because of his poor finish to the season, has dropped out too. But how the player of the season isn't in there, I have no idea. Let's have a look at the accolades. Oh, so Kane did get it in the end, but Dele Alli was sublime. Young player of the season, Donnarumma. Still won't explain how we got him. And he got 27 clean sheets, which is a new record too. A perfect season, a perfect finish. Spurs go back to the Premier League, but more importantly, we succeed in our objective of taking them back to Europe. A brilliant win in the FA Cup, a wonderful finish after a very hard first half of the series. but it all seems worth it now. I hope you enjoyed it, something that was a little bit of fun. We have got FM22 round the corner, so this is the last mini-series. We'll have plans for the new game next weekend in place of this one. There's still loads of live streams on Twitch though, so come and join me to hang out and have a bit of fun. And of course, Bangor City, if you're not up to date, it's the perfect time to catch up as we all wait for FM22. If you did enjoy this episode, a brilliant finale, please do chuck a thumbs up on the video. I'll finish on the competition screen, so we've got that winners label there in front of us. Subscribe down below for FM22 content just around the corner every day. I hope you're looking forward to it as much as me. The save announcements around the corner, the schedule announcements around the corner, and I hope it'll be enough to whet the appetite. And I'll see you tomorrow for Bangor City's return. Thank you very much for watching.